Red snapper is a precious marine fish, often caught by traditional and modern methods. One of the popular methods is to use a trawl, seine net. When catching red snapper with a trawl, the boat will move to the sea areas where red snapper gathers. The trawl is dropped into the sea and pulled along with the boat, surrounding the red snapper school inside. After the trawl is full of fish, the fisherman will bring the fish onto the boat. In addition, the red snapper fishing method is also used, in which fishermen will use fresh bait to attract red snapper, usually natural bait such as squid or shrimp. The bait is dropped into deep water, where red snapper often live. When the fish bites the hook, the fisherman will quickly pull the fish up. This method requires patience and skill in observing and judging the movement of the fish. Both methods require fishermen to have a solid knowledge of the ecological characteristics of red snapper and sea conditions to achieve the highest efficiency. In addition to trawling and fishing, another popular method of catching red snapper is using bottom nets. Bottom nets are lowered to the seabed, where red snapper often search for food. When the fish swim into the net area, fishermen will pull the net up, effectively capturing red snapper. This method is suitable for sea areas where red snapper live on the bottom or near the shore. In addition, catching red snapper also depends on environmental factors such as season, weather and ocean currents. Red snapper are often concentrated in the summer months or when the seawater is warm. Therefore, fishermen need to understand the growth cycle of this fish species to choose the right time to catch it, while limiting overexploitation and protecting sustainable marine resources. In short, snapper fishing is a profession that requires a combination of techniques, understanding of the ocean and environmental protection measures, to maintain snapper resources for future generations. Fishermen need to comply with regulations on conservation and responsible fishing. In addition to traditional fishing methods, technology now also plays an important role in improving the efficiency of snapper fishing. One of the notable improvements is the use of GPS and sonar devices to accurately determine the location of fish schools. Fishermen can use these systems to find areas with high red snapper densities, saving time and energy when going out to sea. Another technology that is gradually being applied is the use of automatic nets, which help fishermen easily control and harvest fish without having to rely on human power. Automatic nets are capable of operating quickly and effectively, especially in rough sea conditions. However, the application of technology also needs to be accompanied by strict management to avoid overuse, causing damage to red snapper resources and marine ecosystems. In addition, environmental protection measures are also very important in maintaining and developing red snapper fishing. Fishermen need to pay attention to minimizing the negative impacts of using fishing nets, avoiding harming other marine species, especially in fish spawning areas. Strict management of marine protected areas and strict regulations on the size of fish caught are necessary to ensure the sustainable development of the red snapper fishing industry. With the combination of tradition and modern technology, along with reasonable measures to protect marine resources, red snapper fishing can develop in a long-term and sustainable manner, bringing benefits to fishermen as well as the marine environment. To ensure sustainable development in the red snapper fishing industry, fishermen and authorities need to coordinate closely in applying measures to manage aquatic resources. One of the important measures is to regulate fishing seasons. That is, only allowing red snapper fishing at specific times, avoiding overexploitation during the spawning season of this fish species. This helps protect the seed source and maintain the number of fish in the wild. In addition, it is necessary to conduct scientific research on the growth and migration of red snapper. These studies not only help identify areas where red snapper are concentrated, but also help fishermen better understand the feeding and reproductive habits of the fish, thereby providing effective fishing methods that still protect the resource. Organizations and scientists can coordinate with fishermen to organize training courses, instructing them to apply environmentally friendly fishing techniques and comply with conservation regulations. Furthermore, propaganda and education of the community on the protection of marine resources is extremely important. Fishermen need to be aware of the importance of conservation and sustainable development of the fisheries industry, as well as the negative impacts of overfishing on the marine ecosystem. Governments and NGOs can also support by providing information on environmental protection measures, as well as policies that encourage fishermen to participate in marine conservation programs in the future. If environmental protection and sustainable development are seriously implemented, the red snapper fishing industry will not only ensure long-term benefits for fishermen but also contribute to protecting the rich and diverse marine ecosystem. Maintaining the biological balance in the ocean, in order to support the sustainable development of the red snapper assessment industry. The application of advanced technologies and techniques in the work of monitoring and supervising catches is very important. The satellite-based fishing vessel monitoring system, VMS, can help monitor the activities of fishing vessels, ensure that fishing takes place within the permitted area and supplement regulations on the protection of aquatic resources. This not only helps prevent illegal fishing but also helps ensure that important religious conservation areas are not violated. In addition, the establishment of existing marine protected areas, MPAs, plays an important role in protecting the habitat of red snapper and other marine species. These areas will be where red snapper and other aquatic species can live and reproduce without being affected by fishing activities. Protecting these areas will not only help maintain biodiversity but also contribute to the growth of red snapper numbers in the wild. Thereby helping fishermen to continue fishing sustainably. An indispensable factor in protecting red snapper resources is the completion of the model of responsible fishing. This requires fishermen, businesses and authorities to work together to implement measures to minimize the negative impacts of fishing, such as using nets that do not confuse other species, avoiding catching juveniles and pregnant fish, as well as contributing to regulations on minimum sizes allowed to be caught. In addition, the participation of communities and social organizations is also very important in promoting strategies to protect marine resources. Fishermen can join groups and cooperative organizations to share experiences and resources, and participate in marine environmental protection activities such as coastal cleanups or organizing communication campaigns to raise public awareness about the protection of red snapper and other aquatic species. In short, red snapper fishing is not only an industry communication but also a responsibility to protect and develop marine resources in a sustainable way. Management solutions, technology, community education and cooperation among stakeholders will create a solid foundation for the long-term development of red snapper fishing, bringing economic benefits and protecting the ecosystem for future generations in addition to resource management and protection measures. Encouraging fishermen to apply modern and environmentally friendly fishing methods is also an important factor in helping the red snapper fishery develop sustainably. One notable method is the use of selective fishing equipment, which helps fishermen catch only red snapper without harming other species in the marine ecosystem. Smart fishing nets, such as nets with appropriate mesh sizes, can help fishermen avoid catching juvenile fish or unwanted aquatic species, reduce overfishing and protect biodiversity. In addition, the development of red snapper farming models in artificial environments is also becoming an important trend to reduce pressure on natural fish resources. The red snapper farming model in controlled marine areas, where the fish's living conditions are maintained, can provide a stable supply without affecting the wild fish population. However, red snapper farming also needs to comply with water and feed quality standards, and not pollute the marine environment. To support fishermen and communities in implementing these methods, support policies from the state and non-governmental organizations are essential. Financial support for the transition to sustainable fishing methods, or the provision of training courses and technical guidance on aquaculture, will help fishermen easily access modern methods and reduce difficulties in the transition process. Finally, building a traceability system for red snapper products will help consumers easily recognize sustainably exploited products, thereby promoting the demand for red snapper with clear origins and environmental protection certification. Certifications such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, or the Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC, can be important tools in building consumer confidence in responsibly harvested and farmed red snapper. In short, for the red snapper industry to develop sustainably, it requires concerted efforts from the government, fishermen, environmental protection organizations and the consumer community. Through this, we can protect this precious marine resource, while ensuring the long-term development of the red snapper industry, bringing benefits to both fishermen and the marine ecosystem. An indispensable factor in the sustainable development of the red snapper industry is the active participation of the community and environmental protection organizations. It is very important to create forums or community groups for fishermen to share experiences, discuss sustainable fishing methods, and exchange information on the status of aquatic resources. These activities help fishing communities better understand the impacts of marine resource exploitation and support them in adopting effective environmental protection measures. Furthermore, cooperation between regional countries and international organizations plays an important role in managing and protecting marine resources. Red snapper, like many other aquatic species, often migrates across large areas of the ocean, so the application of common protection policies and regulations between countries is essential. International agreements on marine protection and sustainable fisheries management, such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, and regional agreements, can help countries coordinate in protecting marine resources and preventing illegal, unreported and unregulated (IUU) fishing. In addition to international cooperation, fishermen can also be encouraged to participate in responsible seafood certification programs, such as the Marine Stewardship Council (MSC) program. These certifications not only help to increase the value of red snapper products but also motivate fishermen to adopt environmentally friendly fishing methods. The widespread consumption of certified sustainable seafood products in international markets will help to increase the economic growth of fishermen, while promoting the sustainable development of the global seafood industry. To support this process, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and businesses can also play an important role in providing information, training materials and access to new technologies. Financial support programs for fishermen to switch to sustainable fishing methods or invest in responsible aquaculture activities will be a great incentive for fishermen to participate in environmentally friendly marine economic models. Finally, the development of effective communication strategies to raise public awareness of the importance of protecting marine resources is also necessary. Education and advocacy campaigns can help consumers become more aware of the value of sustainably caught red snapper and encourage them to choose certified sustainable seafood. As demand for responsible and environmentally friendly products increases, fishermen will be more motivated to adopt sustainable fishing methods. Thereby creating positive change for both the industry and the marine environment. In short, the sustainable development of red snapper fishing is not only the responsibility of fishermen but also of the whole society. From international organizations, governments, businesses to consumers, only when all parties work together, learn and act responsibly can we protect precious marine resources, ensure the long-term development of the seafood industry and maintain the ecological balance in the ocean to further improve the sustainability of red snapper fisheries. One of the key factors is the development of innovative and creative solutions in technology. New research and initiatives in the field of technology can help improve fishing efficiency and reduce environmental impacts. For example, the application of underwater sensors to monitor and predict the movement of red snapper schools can help fishermen pinpoint areas where fish are gathering without having to exploit large areas. This not only minimizes the impact on other aquatic species but also helps protect sensitive marine areas that may be breeding grounds for many aquatic species.